On April 27, 1986, 50,000 people were told to pack one bag. They had 2 hours. They were told they would return in 3 days. None of them ever did. The city they left behind is still standing today, exactly as they left it. Clocks frozen, classrooms untouched. A Ferris wheel that never carried a single passenger, still waiting. This is Pripyat, the most perfectly preserved ghost town on Earth, and the Soviet Union tried to hide it from the world for decades. Today, we go inside. Pripyat was not a poor Soviet town. It was built in 1970 specifically for the workers of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant and their families. It was considered one of the most modern cities in the entire Soviet Union. 16,000 apartments, 5 hospitals, 25 schools, a sports complex, an amusement park that was scheduled to open on May 1st, 1986. It never opened. The people who lived here were scientists, engineers, technicians, the elite of Soviet society. Average age of residents, just 26 years old. This was a young city, a proud city, a city that believed it had a future. On April 26, 1986, reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant exploded. The Soviet government's first instinct was not evacuation, it was silence. For 36 hours after the explosion, residents of Pripyat were told nothing. Nothing official, nothing from the government, nothing from the plant. Parents sent their children to school. People went to work. Couples got married that day. There were 3 weddings in Pripyat on April 26, 1986, while Reactor 4 burned and released radiation 400 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. Children played outside. They noticed something unusual, a strange metallic taste in the air. Some reported seeing a beautiful blue glow over the plant at night. That glow was Cherenkov radiation, a phenomenon that only occurs when radioactive particles travel faster than light through air. They were watching something no human should ever see, and they had no idea. 36 hours later, 1,200 buses arrived in Pripyat. Residents were given one instruction: pack for 3 days, take your documents, leave everything else. The Soviet government knew they were never coming back. They told them nothing. If you want to know about more hidden places the world has tried to forget, subscribe right now. Every week we go somewhere new. Today, Pripyat is frozen in 1986. In school number 3, notebooks are still open on desks. A teacher's lesson plan is still written on the blackboard. Gas masks are scattered across the floor, distributed during a drill that happened too late. In the hospital basement, the uniforms of the first responders are still there. The firefighters who arrived within minutes of the explosion had no protective equipment. They were told it was a simple fire. Their uniforms are so radioactive that visitors cannot stand near them for more than 30 seconds. In the apartment buildings, personal photographs are still on walls. Toys are still on shelves. A chess game sits unfinished on a kitchen table. 50,000 people walked out of their homes in 2 hours, and the Soviet Union sealed the door behind them. The amusement park, the one that was supposed to open May 1st, its Ferris wheel still stands. It is now one of the most photographed objects in the world. It never carried a single passenger. If you had no idea the Soviet government hid this for 36 hours, hit the like button right now. It tells us to keep making videos like this. Here is what most videos about Pripyat never tell you. Pripyat is not dead. Scientifically, the exclusion zone around Chernobyl has become one of the most biodiverse regions in all of Europe. Without humans, wolves, bears, lynx, and over 200 species of birds have returned. A 2015 study by Portsmouth University found animal populations are actually thriving, higher than in surrounding areas where humans still live. Nature does not fear radiation the way humans do. But here is the uncomfortable scientific reality. The soil in Pripyat will remain contaminated for another 20,000 years. The buildings are slowly collapsing. Within 50 years, the forest will completely swallow what remains. The most modern city in the Soviet Union will be completely erased by trees. Pripyat was erased in 36 hours. 50,000 people gone. A city of schools, hospitals, families, futures, abandoned in 2 hours with one suitcase each. The Soviet Union called it a contained incident. History called it the worst nuclear disaster in human history. And somewhere in those empty apartments, 3 wedding albums still sit on shelves from April 26, 1986, the day everything ended. But Pripyat is not the only place the world has tried to hide.